Hi, everybody. I am Lady Stars and Fire. My real name is Michelle Espinosa, and this is the weekly healing messages for March 30th through the April 7th. As you can see, I've been driving. Y'all who follow me know when I'm driving, I don't know what it is, but that's when Spirit seems to be able to get through to me the most. And I'm getting ready to go into work, so, as I was traveling here, I had to pull over and just start writing down the weekly astrology and what Spirit was giving me. And this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So are you? See, are we really letting it shine? Are we really finding that inner light? Or are we kind of hoping that we're dragging it out of us? And I mean it exactly that way, hoping that we're dragging it out. I know that there's still so much negativity, but there really is so much positive things going on if we could focus on the positivity. If we could focus on what's important, what we value. We're coming into the next 4 months of really starting to look at that. And what is important within that idea. But it's so easy to get trapped in negativity. It's so easy to get trapped in, all of social media and everything that's going on. And I say that because it's easier to manifest negative than it is to manifest positive. Not because it really truly is more easy to negatively manifest. It's just we are deprogramming that negative landscape. Spirit's so funny the way they give me stuff. Because I didn't even mean to put words together that way. It just came out that way. That was a very interesting way of it working out. Because what Spirit gave me was, this is a time of independent landscaping. The last couple years, we've been doing a lot of, if you've been doing your work, your spiritual, soulful work, and starting to get right with soul, get right with your inner fire, get right with your inner authenticity. You've been doing a lot, and I don't want to say selfish work, but you've been doing a lot of inward work. And this is part of why Spirit is giving me the words independent landscape. See, because as we move, Saturn is now moved into Aquarius, and it's going to be here, like I said, for a temporary 2 months before it retrogrades and starts to go back. So I think it's altogether we have 4 months with it here in Aquarius, where we're given the opportunity to kind of stretch our wings. Look at things from a higher perspective. Take chances in adjusting our rules, our walls, our boundaries for that higher perspective. But in order for us to have gotten to this point, we had to do some of that inward work. And all that negativity out there is where that, not negative work, but we had to do our inner work on our negative selves. And all that negativity out there is that coming out of us. I mean, the world is showing you. Earth is showing you she can heal herself, and she'll take it back mighty damn fast. You hear about, the rivers and, not rivers, the ocean, so to speak. It's the waters of Venice. You hear about, with us being there to pollute it, she's able to clean it. The question is, are we cleaning up our inner pollution? Because if we've truly been cleaning up our inner pollution, then we can come into that independent landscape on that Aquarius Saturn idea, where it's starting to turn into more of an outer world situation than just inner world. So this is inner world and outer world trying to come together and make a shift. over the next couple months, but you're starting to definitely feel it this week because Saturn and Mars are crossing each other. This can be a very positive thing or a very negative thing. They're in conjunction. You have Mars, which is your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, your inner sexuality, your inner belly dancer, your inner sacral chakra, mixed with your solar plexus. Your ability to create with the ability to believe what you're creating. Aquarius is the water bearer. It's all about pouring the waters into humanity. But if we aren't cleaning up our inner pollution, there's no healthy waters to pour into the world because you're still pouring pollution into it. This is an independent landscape. This is when we're starting to redo that foundation of the world around us in a higher, more humane way, as long as we're getting rid of our pollution. So we, just like Mother Earth, can start restoring ourselves as well as our community. I'm told by Spirit, this is kind of like the eye of the tiger versus nostalgia versus the beckoning of the past. Because you're going to be beckoned, so to speak, to the reminders of the past. But the trick here is, the past is the past. You can't create actions of the past to change. The past is set in stone, it's done, it's what it is. But you can learn from the nostalgia of the memory of how you felt, so that you can learn what actions need to be taken now to change and recreate into the now. This also speaks to us of truly looking in the mirror. The man in the mirror, what do you see? Do you like what you see? I mean, let's get past face value. Let's dig in deep. We're having to overcome our inner pollutions so we can get back to liking the man in the mirror, so that we can be positive energies for the outer community, and we can independently landscape with true love, with true openness, true gratitude. So much has been taken away from us right now. Are you focusing on what's been taken away, or are you focusing on what you still have? What you're thankful for, what you value, what's important? Because this week I'm also given 171, and it came to me with Spirit with as above, so below. And whether you believe in God, universe, astrology, however you want to put that source energy, I'm getting, hey, I'm going to back you up for good or bad with your manifestation of whatever it is you want. And the way I see that energy is the manifestation gives you whatever you want. Like I said, I see source energy, God, universal astrology, however you want to put it, I don't care. But I see that energy as, hey, I support whatever you want, whatever you manifest. The problem is we manifest so easily from the negative. We manifest from what's been taken away from us. We manifest from our anxieties. We manifest from our fears, our doubts, our worries, our insecurities, nostalgia in the past of what was. But we don't have it now because we'd rather reach back in the past and pull it out of a bag like we can take it out like it's something you purchased at the store and renew it. It doesn't work that way. That's why I said you have a little bit of a test in this energy as to who's the man in the mirror. What are you creating? What are you grateful for? What are you focusing on? What do you value? There are good things out there. I mean, we take for granted the good things. We take for granted our loved ones. We take for granted our food. So many people out there don't say grace anymore. That's just saying thank you for feeding me. Thank you for allowing me food. Thank you for blessing me. You need to remember to do unto others as you would have done to yourself. Well, wouldn't that mean you would want to be blessed? So bless yourself with the positive thoughts, the positive action, the positive shifting change, so that you are capable of cleaning your inner pollution and able to bless the world around you and help them find theirs. As above, so below. As above, so below. 171 is manifestation, but it's coming in the ability to manifest. I'm going to give you exactly what you need. But what are you asking for is the question. Are you manifesting blessings? What you value, what you're grateful for? Or are you manifesting still from fear, anxiety, stress, insecurities? I'm also given 5, which stands to me for loyalty, but it also speaks to you of adapt and change, along with 3. I'm getting 5 with the 3, but they are separate. And that speaks of Trinity, of your inner Trinity inside as well as out, so that you can put the outer Trinity into the world around you. Let me go into the astrology for just a minute. You have Saturn and Mars, which will be conjuncting in the beginning of the week, but you'll feel it throughout most of the week. But it is making a very strong connection with Rahu, or the North Node, which is still in Cancer at the time. Cancer is speaking to you about what you need to nurture. Rahu, Cancer, is speaking to you about what you need to nurture. And are you nurturing it or neglecting it? And then speaking with the proper rules, walls, and boundaries, stretching your ideas to new horizons. From your inner passion, your inner action, your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, your inner belly dancer, your inner sacral chakra, your inner solar plexus, your ability to stretch and learn, so that you can nurture yourself back to right in healthy flames of light. But you will have Uranus all week in Taurus, which is not getting along because it's questioning Saturn and Mars in Aquarius. It's also questioning Pluto, Jupiter, and Pallas, which are still in Capricorn. Not to mention, Pluto is now in shadow. And Pluto is, like Mars times 6. Pluto is death, decay, destruction, for renewal, rebirth, regeneration. It is change to find the soul fire. In shadow, it's going, where are you not doing this? And I'm just about to kick you in the stomach and make sure you get the clue. So I'm going to be picking on your darker aspects with abundance, because it's by Jupiter. And Pallas is going, I'm Athena, the warrior goddess. I'm bringing in the owl energy of your darker energies so that I can bring it to light with that Pluto in shadow, kicking you in the stomach. Hold on. Ooh. I just answered a call. I meant to turn the phone off, and I was like, oops. Anyway, but my point is, Uranus is your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem. It can be manipulating, and it can be controlling. Are you really stepping into your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem? Or are you stepping into selfishness? Are you stepping into the shallow view that's really not allowing you to get deep enough to truly get into self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, true freedom, true individuality? I call it like I see it. It's having a problem with the outer community, the changes that need to be made in that outer community, truly standing in your fire, truly setting that new foundation, that independent landscape that works for everyone. But if you are still in your rivers of pollution, then it'll come out shallow and in selfishness, just like what you see at the grocery stores. Are you hoarding, or are you sharing? Are you loving yourself and valuing life and yourself and what's important to you? Are you valuing the food you do have? You have the moon, which is going to be traveling through Cancer, Leo, and then into Virgo this week. I think it's on the 2nd, you're going to start feeling the warning. Or at least by the 2nd, you'll feel the warning. Because that's when the moon is in Cancer. And it will be asking you directly, are you holding on to what nurtures you? Truly, soulfully, from the depths of who and what you are. Are you really nurturing the situation, or are you neglecting it? Because when it moves into Leo and then into Cancer, Leo can be very dramatic energy, but it can also be such compassionate and courageous. Like I said, the eye of the tiger versus nostalgia and beckoning to return, like you're going to pull it out of the bag and just recreate the past. The past is the past. It's never going to be the same, period. We have to learn to take the proper actions into the now. It's asking you, what kind of king are you going to be in your kingdom? What kind of kingdom are you creating for your future? By how you think. And then, who are you surrounding yourself with? Virgo. 6th house. I always say this. The people, places, and things of energies that you consume become you. So, are you becoming the king you want to become due to the people, places, and things of energies that you are putting your energy into? Are you neglecting your inner truth, or are you nurturing it? Venus enters Gemini on the 3rd. And it's speaking in positive ways to Mars and Saturn, as well as Pallas, Juno, and not Juno, Pallas, Pluto, and Jupiter. This week, the abundance is off the chain with the sensitivity. But sensitivity can be positive or it can be negative. It depends on what you're feeding it. Like I said, I will support you. For the positive or negative, through and through, is what I get from the energy. From that source energy, from that guiding energy, from the astrology, however you want to see it. It all has to do with what will you choose to manifest, and are you manifesting correctly? You have a grand trine at the end of the week on the 6th, which is Gemini Vista Venus, your sensitivities, in the 4th house of your inner emotional security, speaking to Mars and Saturn in Aquarius of your 11th house, your outer community, the people who either help support your dreams, goals, and ambitions or keep you from getting them. And then the moon in Virgo. People, places, energies, and things that you consume. It can be very positive energy this week, but I will tell you, it's not getting along with Mercury's little confusion of that nostalgia, beckoning you to remember and communicate with yourself. Will you communicate correctly? Or will you be reaching in a bag trying to pull out something that you'll never find again? It's just a lesson to teach you how to take action in the now. Leave the past behind. I love you guys.